There is a boy in a school full of geniuses who scored exactly 50 out of 100 in every subject. And that number was not an accident. It was a decision. Because the moment you show the world what you are capable of, the world stops watching you and starts hunting you. And Ayanokoji understood this before he ever stepped into that classroom. He understood that power revealed too early becomes a target, and power hidden becomes a weapon nobody sees coming until it is too late. And this is the first thing his character forces you to confront about your own life. How many times have you shown your full hand just to prove a point, just to feel validated in a moment, only to watch someone use that exact information against you later? Ayanokoji never does this. He moves through the world as a blank slate, underestimated, and that underestimation becomes his armor. While everyone else is busy performing their intelligence for an audience, he is quietly studying the audience itself. And this brings us to the second truth buried inside this character. The ability to read people is worth more than the ability to impress them. He does not speak to be heard. He watches to understand. Every pause, every flinch, every forced smile in the room is data to him. While his classmates are arguing about who is right, he is already ahead because he spent his energy observing instead of reacting. And this is where most people lose in real life. They mistake reaction for intelligence. They think responding fast means thinking fast, but Ayanokoji proves the opposite. Silence is not weakness. Silence is calculation. And here is the part that separates him from every other calm character you have seen on screen. His emotional control is not the absence of emotion. It is the mastery of timing. He was raised in a facility called the White Room, a place built to strip children of feeling and turn them into perfect calculating machines. And yet somewhere inside him a human being still exists. You see it in small cracks, when he protects Eri Sakura from a stalker, when something shifts in him around Horikita, around Kei. These are not scripted accidents. They are proof that even a person engineered for coldness cannot fully kill what is human inside him. And this should hit you harder than any fight scene in the show, because it means detachment is a choice he makes moment to moment, not a personality he was simply born with. And if a person built in a lab to erase emotion still fights to keep pieces of it alive, what excuse do the rest of us have when we numb ourselves out of comfort instead of necessity? Now here is where the show gets dangerous if you take it the wrong way. A huge part of this fan base watches Ayanokoji and thinks the goal is to become him. Cold, distant, unreadable, manipulating every conversation, treating people like chess pieces. And this is exactly where you need to stop and rewire what you are actually absorbing from this character. Because Ayanokoji is not a lifestyle, he is a warning wrapped in brilliance. His entire existence is the result of trauma disguised as genius. His calmness was forced onto him through psychological experimentation. So if you walk away from this obsession trying to copy his silence, his coldness, his manipulation, you are not becoming powerful. You are becoming hollow. The real lesson is not do what he does. The real lesson is take what serves you and leave the rest in the story where it belongs. Take his patience, not his isolation. Take his observation, not his emotional suppression. Take his refusal to seek validation, not his refusal to let anyone in. Because here is something people miss completely. Ayanokoji never explains himself. He never chases approval. He does not need the class to know he is the reason they are winning. And in a world where everyone is documenting their every move for likes and recognition, this single trait is almost rebellious. Imagine doing the hard work, carrying the outcome, and never once needing anyone to clap for you. That is not coldness. That is self-respect operating at a level most people never reach. And there is one more layer here that most videos about this character completely skip. Everything Ayanokoji does has a reason. There is no wasted motion. No random outburst, no emotional decision made in the heat of a moment. Every single action is filtered through a question: what does this actually accomplish? And if you apply just this one principle to your daily life, before you react to a message, before you respond to disrespect, before you make a decision out of anger or excitement, if you simply pause and ask, what does this actually accomplish? You will already be operating on a level above most people around you. Because most people are run by impulse and Ayanokoji is run by intention, and that is the actual gap between him and everyone else in that school. And there is a quieter lesson sitting underneath all of this that almost nobody talks about. The way Ayanokoji treats freedom itself. At one point, he questions whether giving up certain choices actually protects the deeper freedom underneath. And that idea alone should stop you mid-scroll, because real freedom is not doing whatever you feel in the moment. Real freedom is choosing your reactions on purpose, instead of being dragged around by every emotion that shows up uninvited. Most people think discipline is a cage. Ayanokoji treats it as the very thing that keeps his mind free. And once you see that difference, you cannot unsee it in your own life. So here's where this all comes together, and this is the part I need you to actually sit with instead of scrolling past. Do not become Ayanokoji. Do not build a personality out of silence and distance and control just because it looks powerful on a screen. Build your own version. Take the observation and lose the isolation. Take the patience and lose the manipulation. Take the intention and lose the emotional suppression. Let him be inspiration, not a blueprint. Because a copy of a fictional character engineered by trauma will never be as powerful as a real version of you built with intention. And that, more than any fight scene or plot twist in this entire series, is the most advanced lesson hidden inside this character. So tell me in the comments, which one of these traits do you actually need to build in real life? Not to become him, but to finally become the version of yourself you keep putting off. There is a scene people forget to unpack properly, when Ayanokoji lets Horikita take credit for strategies he actually built, and underneath that looks like generosity, but it is something sharper. He understood that being the visible leader invites attacks he does not need to absorb, so he lets someone else wear the target while he keeps the actual control. This is influence without exposure, and once you notice this pattern, you start seeing it everywhere in real life. The people who actually run situations are rarely the ones standing at the front of the room. They are quietly deciding what happens next while somebody else takes the applause. And there is a harder truth sitting right next to this one. Ayanokoji is not liked because he tries to be. He is respected because he is consistent. His classmates cannot predict his mood because there is no mood to read, only decisions. And that kind of consistency builds a trust that charm never earns. That exact gap is what decides the outcome. There is another angle here that changes how you see the entire show. The way Ayanokoji handles betrayal. When Ryuen attacks him, when Sakayanagi sets traps for him, he never responds with anger. He responds with adjustment. He treats every attack as new information about how his opponent thinks, rather than something to be offended by. And this is a mindset shift most people never make in real conflict. The moment someone hurts you or crosses you, the instinct is to feel wronged, to make it personal. But Ayanokoji removes the personal layer completely and asks, what does this reveal about how they operate? And that single reframe turns every enemy into a teacher without needing forgiveness spoken out loud. He simply stops wasting energy on resentment, because resentment does not move him forward. It only replays the past on a loop. And there is one final piece worth sitting with. He never competes for ego, only for outcomes that matter, and that difference decides absolutely everything.